Hi everybody, it's Imogen and welcome back to Colouring Kid and welcome to my 100th video on YouTube. I can't believe I've even done 100 videos. It hasn't felt like that at all, but I guess I have been on YouTube for about a year now. And also I just want to say a massive thank you for 1,000 subscribers. I passed it about a week ago and I was so ecstatic, I couldn't believe it. And I'm so grateful for all of the support I've had. It means everything and it's just so fulfilling, and I'm just so appreciative of people who have enjoyed watching my videos and have commented and subscribed. And it's really, I feel really proud, but not just of myself, of this channel and what it's become. I'm really excited to see where it goes in the future. I also just want to say that there will be a giveaway coming fairly soon for 1,000 subscribers. And also, I recently downloaded the YouTube Studio onto my phone. I already automatically had it on my computer, but I didn't have it on my phone. And I was going on there and I suddenly saw some comments that had been from ages ago that I hadn't replied to, and that was because the notification hadn't come through on YouTube. So if you comment on something and I don't heart it or reply to it, it means I haven't seen it. So if you get, you know, if about a week has gone past and you haven't seen any response from me, please just type it, because I'm really sorry for some that I have missed, especially when it came to a couple of previous giveaways. I saw like 1 or 2 comments saying please enter me into the giveaway, and I hadn't seen them, and that's through no fault of my own, it's just the notifications on YouTube. So please feel free to just repeat them if I don't see them, or if it's a particular question that you want me answering and I haven't seen it, again you can email me. Again, if it's a question that you want answering in depth, I'd say definitely email's easier for me. So, you know, that's always an option as well. I always put that down below. But yeah, we're just going to get started into the completed pages now. So February was quite a good month. I got quite a few whips completed and I was really happy with the pages I did. And there was still one book, Botanical Wonderland, which I wanted to colour in this month and I didn't get around to it. That was either because of various colour-alongs that I was trying to complete and do, but also it just didn't happen, and I want to do a specific colour palette for that, so hopefully I'll get around to that in March. I just wanted to show you what I do for all of my colour-alongs. So for this spread, what I do, if any of you want to replicate this, I've just got a book that I do it in, and these are all my completed pages that I mark off. But what I do is I write down all of my completed pages. I then have whips to complete next month, and so far I only have a couple. The YouTube videos that I have made this month, I need to add a couple more. Subscriber count at the start of the month and the end of the month. I just like to keep a record, I guess. Maybe it's because of certain videos that have got more subscribers and stuff. And then books colour in next month, so Botanical Wonderland will be going on that because I really do want to colour in that next month. I've only been doing this since January. I just thought it was quite an efficient way of organising stuff. And then on this side we have the colour-alongs for February, so I write down all of the colour-alongs that I'm interested in, and I'm going to make a conscious effort to tell you the colour-alongs that I participated in, you know, when I show you the pictures, just because I haven't been doing that. I always forget and I feel bad because I don't have Instagram, so I can't share the pictures on there, but I just want to recognise that, you know, give the people the recognition that have come up with these tags, you know, that I have done them. And then I also just have all my pages here saying the start and the end, just that I can see how many pictures and what whips I have and stuff like that. So we're just going to get started. So the first page I want to show you is from Disney Vitro. As you'll know, this is an absolutely massive book. Probably even need to move the camera back a bit. The page I did for this, now I did put a marker in, but it's probably going to be really hard to get. No, there we go. Okay, so I did this one. This was actually after the fact. I did this after Valentine's Day, but I thought, oh, I've got something on there. But I thought it would be a really nice, quick, easy one to do. This was the weekend, or I think it was the Monday coming up before a science test I had, and I'm not a big fan of science. I don't think anyone is really a big fan of tests in general, but for me, I find science tests really, really hard, and it is something that I struggle with and that I've been trying to improve. And once I'd done revision that day, I really just needed something to have as, you know, just for mindless, like calming colouring, and this Disney Vitro book is absolutely perfect. I just got some pens out and coloured. I didn't use super tips, I used Pentel felt tips, but it was so relaxing. I did it all in one go. It didn't take me long at all, really, and it was exactly what I needed. Once I coloured it all with the pens, I then went in with pink glitter jelly roll and a metallic purple Stabilo pen and a couple of Pentel hybrid dual metallics. I think I used a silver one, a pink one, and a gold jelly roll as well. So yeah, I just had a lot of fun with this, and it is really mindless, and I think the black background really works and helps the colours pop as well. So I really enjoyed doing this one, and this book is absolutely perfect for what I need to use it for. So that's that one. It's absolutely massive. I'm just going to pop it on the floor. There we go. Okay, the next book I have is The Ink House. I finally got back to this, and I'm really, really happy that I did. Just realised I need to open my notebook so I can tell you the colour-alongs that I participated in. So this one was for the Cute Mice colour-along, hosted by Shades of Pure Joy. And this was a colour-along to colour any picture with mice or a mouse in it, and this book is perfect because it has a mouse called Maestro, and it was a really simple picture, but I had a lot of fun. Again, it was the day when I had done my exam and I just kind of needed a bit of relief, and you know, we have these exams very regularly, but you know, it's still something that I don't look forward to. So this one, very fitting as well, because I play piano and I love pianos. I actually played this piece, and it's I can't remember what it is. It's like a lullaby cradle, so I can't remember exactly what it's called. I just went in with a bit of pastel in the background just to fill that space. Basically, all I did was colour the outside of the sheet music to make it look a bit antique-like. I coloured the mouse, Maestro, and I put a bit of shadow on the keys, but as you know, piano keys are white, so I didn't want to really take away the white colour. I just did a bit of grey, and then I shaded in the black keys a bit. Then I had a lot of fun going in with a metallic Signo and just going over anything I wanted to, really. I've put lots on these lines and on the black keys and on Maestro's mask as well. And I'm really, really happy with how this one turned out. As I said, it was simple to do, probably about half an hour in all, probably not even that, but it was really, really nice to do. And I'm slowly filling up this book, and I absolutely love it. So hopefully I'll get back to this next month, although I never know with things how much I'll be able to get done in a month, and it really depends now. As I've said before, because I have less time to colour with school, any time that I do have, I colour what I'm feeling. So even if I've started a whip and I'm not feeling it, I'll start something brand new. It's really just a case of that. So there is generally not a time where I don't have a whip going. Usually I'll have one or two going at once, maybe even more than that. Okay, so the next one is Fantastic Zoo by Cami Chidu. I finished a whip in this, so I'm really happy that I have done this. I'm really pleased. So the one I finished was the penguin one, and I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. Last month I'd coloured all of the smaller bits, so all of these flowers and bubbles that are in the background that you can see, and I was really, really pleased with how this one turned out. I wanted to make them look realistic. I looked up pictures, and it's probably one of my favourite pages in terms of being able to get it to look realistic. Obviously with these pictures being Zentangles, they're not meant to look really realistic, because you know you wouldn't have flowers and things coming off animals, but the actual penguin itself I really like. So I used Holbein's for this, and I used a blender pencil afterwards just to smooth it out. And then in the background I went in with a bit of grey pastel, you can't really see that one, and then a bit of orange and yellow because they have orange and yellow on them. And yeah, I just really, really like it. And then, as you know, with these I go in with white gel pen over the top just to add a bit to it. And this was from the bird section, and I really haven't done that much from it. I've done these two, and then I've kind of got a bit of blank space. So it's really one of the newer ones I've done, and I'm actually doing a buddy colour with Kate from Kate's Colouring Haven for the owl one, which I'm really excited to do, because again that's another bird one, and I love all of these pages, so I was open to doing any of them, but I think this is a good choice because I haven't done many out of that section, and I think it's going to be really, really cute. So I'm really looking forward to doing that, and I'm really happy to have another page completed to fill up this book. So yeah, I really, really like how it turned out. So that's Fantastic Zoo by Cami Chudy. The next one I have to show you is Mein Spaziergang durch die Jahreszeiten by Ruth Berman. Again, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Really sorry if I'm not. The page I did in this was for 2 different colour alongs, because there were actually multiple colour alongs for the theme of love, obviously because it was Valentine's Day. So one of them was Heart is Love _20, and I'm really sorry if I didn't pronounce this right. It was hosted by Erotique _Arcus. And then there was Love in February, hosted by Effie Colours, and they were the same page, same idea. So you would colour a page representing love, colour a page with a heart, that sort of thing. And I did the last page in here, and it was this one. I was really, really happy with how this one turned out. It was sort of a planned colour palette. It wasn't really. I kind of just started with the thing that I had an idea for a colour. I'm pretty sure I started with this purpley colour, maybe. I'm not really sure. It kind of just went from there, and I just picked colours that I thought would go together, and yeah, I was really happy with it. And I think with this book especially, you can just do whatever you want, you know, nothing has to look realistic. And I coloured it mainly with Prismacolors and a couple of Holbein pencils. Once I'd finished it, I then went over with some pens. So I used a Uniball Signo Silver Gel pen, a Jelly Roll Gold, Jelly Roll Pink and Blue Glitter, and then some other glitter gel pens. I think that's about it. And then I went in the background with some chalk pastel, and then did the circles that I used an electric eraser to rub the circles out. If you want to see how I did that, I've got a chalk pastel tutorial on my channel, which I did this month. And yeah, once I'd done all the colouring and hadn't put all of the gel pen on, the background was a bit bare, and I had just done a little bit of pink to begin with. And I showed it to my mum because I like to get her opinion on stuff. And it did, I agreed with her, it looked a bit bare. And because this was white, it didn't really look like a completed heart. So I went in a bit darker with all of the pink and kind of filled it in a bit more. And I think it does work better now. And I just think it was such a cute picture. And I really enjoyed doing it. I had it going for a couple of days, as you can see with these circles here and these swirls, I kind of just gave up doing shading and stuff, so I just went in with glitter gel pen because I thought, why not? It's just fun. And also this yellow here and the blue, I just figured they kind of went with it because I already had the Jelly Roll Gold, so yellow and gold go together. And the blue I just thought would add a bit of contrast, and I thought it kind of reminded me of, well, there's a snowflake there, but it kind of reminded me of rain or water droplets or whatever, so I just put a bit of blue in there, which I think adds a bit. But yeah, I'm really happy with this one. And again, this is another page that is slowly filling up this book. That was the most recent page I did, I think, unless I did another one recently this month, but I don't remember. There's a couple in here that I'd like to do for Easter. I'd quite like to do that one, but again, it's going to be whatever I get round to. And this book is a smaller book, so it may be that I get round to it, but we'll see. The next book that I have is Fairy Miracles by Clara Markova. The page I did in here actually classed for February Fruit Along, hosted by Eclair50. And I actually found that once I coloured the page, I only realised that it went for that colour along until I'd finished it. So there's a bit of fruit in this one. So I finished this whip, which was the Sweet Shop. Let's see if I can find it. I have put a label in here. There we go. This was a whip for a while. I'm pretty sure it was a whip from January. Maybe it was from a while ago. Let me have a look. Yeah, from January. Okay, so that wasn't... I mean, it is pretty long, but... yeah, I just completed it. I had the background done and most of the inner bits of the Sweet Shop. I had quite a lot left to do, and I decided to go for a colour palette that, you know, is similar. I didn't want to just go off piece and do other stuff down here that didn't match what I'd already done. So as you can see, these raspberries and cherries go with the Fruit Along, and lots of these sweets anyway are fruity, so well, I would imagine then that they were fruity flavours. I decided to put lots and lots of glitter gel pen on this because all of these circles, one, I really couldn't be bothered to do all of these circles on their own with shading, and also I just wanted loads of glitter on it, and I thought, well, if I don't put them there, if I don't put it there, where am I going to put it? So I used clear glitter, jelly roll, and a Spectrum Noir clear glitter pen. Various glitter gel pens, including some of the jelly roll ones, the pink and the blue, the navy, and then some from another set. The Jelly Roll Gold as per usual, the Signo as per usual. No white gel pen on here though. I really like these bee butterflies, which are glittery, and I just think this paper just takes really well. I know some people have said that the paper's really smooth and so some pencils don't work, but I really think it's great. I love it. And I have actually been working in this one a lot. I've only done one picture in Fairy Celebrations, so it may be that I jump to that next month, or maybe I'll continue in here. I really don't know, but I love both of her books. I have to say, I just think they're absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, I've actually been really happy with all of the pages that I've done in here. I take my time with them, you know. It doesn't mean that the outcome is spectacular, but I have a lot of fun with these, and I'm not afraid to wait them out and actually do them when I feel like doing them, because that's the thing with pages. If you don't feel like doing it, you're not going to complete it. You might not be satisfied with the result as much as you would be. The other thing is this wood, I did a tutorial very similar to this colour, also on my channel if you want to check that out. But yeah, that is that one, and I am very happy with this one. And I think the other thing is, because it's quite whimsical, with the background, which was a Chris Chang tutorial, I didn't really feel the need to do the leaves in green, so I went with a goldy yellow and a blue, just because this whole book is whimsical, you know, it just works. So that's that one from Fairy Miracles. Okay, the penultimate book I have to show you is Dream Reese by Maria Troll. So the first page, actually pretty much all of these pages that I did go for the colour along. Feb Colour for a Friend, hosted by Colours of Ekpl, E-K-P-L. I'm really sorry if I said that wrong. But this was colour any page that symbolises friendship. And throughout this book, Dream Reese, I think, translates to Vivi is looking for a friend. So all of these pages, well, pretty much all of them represent friendship. So I did 3 in here this month. Well, 4 if you count a double page as 2 separate ones. The first one I did was this one. And I might have shown this one to you before. Oh, I'll put the thing off. There we go. I can't remember whether you will have seen this completed when I did the Colour and Chat with tutorial. But this one is very similar to, actually I think I have shown it to you, very similar to this one, because it's the same sort of thing. The house is different. Even though I used the same colours, it didn't turn out the same, but it really doesn't bother me. And also I took more care over these flowers than I did this, as you can kind of see. These pink ones are the same, but they look a bit different there, and I much prefer how they turned out on this. Overall, I prefer this page to the other one. And yeah, so as you can see from this one, Vivi is waving or saying hi to this bird that's come to pick her up and take her on her journey. Most of these elements I'd already had the colours written down in a book, so that was great. The squirrel was new, so I just picked some colours for him or her. And then I only go over glitter with some aspects of the pages. And so I went over on the butterfly because I do all the butterflies in glitter, and then any other things that I feel necessary. So this was clear Wink of, or not Wink of Stella, the Spectrum Noir glitter pen and clear glitter gel pen, and I do all the butterflies the same, and I really like them. And this is quite shiny because the paper's really nice and smooth, and so it burnishes quite easily, and I don't need to use a blender pencil, which is absolutely amazing. Usually I do, or I layer it, but yeah, really, really happy with that. Then I did this one, which is a double page spread. It's not a full one, but it's still a double page spread because it goes over 2 pages. And you might remember me showing you either partially this, partially some of it, or all of it, I can't remember. But you might remember me saying that I was really annoyed because some of the paper had come up. I'd put some washi tape down to keep the lines straight whilst I was doing pastel, and I also wanted to leave a little border, and it just ripped the paper up a bit, which is kind of annoying, but there we go. The house and the flowers over here were the same, so that was all coloured as normal. And then I did all of the other bits, the background, started with a layer of pastel, apart from, oh no, all of it was, yeah, all of it. Layer of pastel, and then I went over with pencil, so I went over with a darker colour just to put some shadow in, because I really couldn't be bothered to sit there and colour all of the tiny leaves, and I think it looks effective as it is. I think if I'd coloured all of them it would just have been a bit ridiculous. I mean, I applaud people who would be able to do that, but for me, because as I've said, I don't have a lot of time, doing all of that would have probably taken the whole month, to be honest, with them on and off. So yeah, I just picked various colour pencils, and then I've coloured the clouds as I have in other pictures. I went over with Clear Spectrum Noir on the water because I thought, well, they actually go up into the clouds and then down into the water, and I thought it would be quite nice if it was glittery. I coloured the bird as it normally is, coloured Vivi as she normally is, and yeah, I was really happy with this one as well, and it really didn't take me long. Once I put all, the pastel was the tedious bit, I guess, because I was picking different colours for different stuff, and then the pencil was fairly easy. I did colour in some bits with everything. I actually did go in with these ones those ones, some of them down here that were more close up, I actually did colour them in. If you want to see how I did this, I did a colour and chat in a romantic country book, and I was laying down some pastel ready to colour over it, if you want to see that. It's from quite a while ago though, probably from the summer. And then this was the other page I did. So I completed this when we actually went to the Cotswolds last weekend. I'd started it before. And, oh no, hang on. Ignore me, I completed it before we went there. I was colouring a different picture then. But this one, I think, was the one that really clocked in my head. Oh yeah, this does represent friendship. So I decided this is, I guess, is the main friendship page in this book. So the wood is basically the same wood that I did in the Sweet Shop one from Clara Markova, and I started this in a colour and chat, you might remember. I was just colouring the wood, I think, but then everything else is pretty much the same. I really like these mushrooms. They were new in terms of a colour palette, but everything else I had already coloured before, apart from the owl there, which I really like. And so obviously, because it's a storybook, I want everything to be the same, which is why I've said a couple of times that I have to be in the mood to colour this book, because lots of things are similar. The other thing is, I don't have total fluency in the colours, because the sky background here is blue and the sky here is purple. The sky here is purple, the sky here is purple, that's blue. So what I've kind of, I guess, decided to do is when it's in the cloud area, so all of these cloudy bits is going to be purple, and this will be purple as well. But as we get closer to the ground, I'm going to do it blue. So my idea is it's almost like an ombre thing. So when you get closer to the top, it's purple, and then it's normally blue. Doesn't really make sense, but that's what I've decided to do. Again, I went in with the Spectrum Noir Glitter brush pen and the clear glitter jelly roll as well on the butterflies too, which is really cute. I also love these bear creatures, they're so cute, and this one almost blends in, which is kind of annoying, but it doesn't matter. There was a lot of brown on this, and I knew going into it that there would be a lot of brown, but it didn't bother me. I really enjoyed doing it, and this paper's absolutely lovely. So that is that. And finally, as always, we have the flower year. So I only coloured one picture in this month, and I started a couple of others. No, in fact, I started one, and I've still got another whip. Yeah, it wasn't great in terms of me trying to fulfil my goal of 2 pictures a month. Didn't happen this month. The picture that I was doing, which I'll show you in a minute, the February one, had been a whip, I think from the end of January. Let me have a look. Yeah, I'd started it right at the end of January, so you might have seen a bit of it last month. And I finished it last weekend, so it was going for quite a while. I just decided to finish it last weekend. Now I'm really happy with it. There's still a whip that I haven't done, and I started the March page as well, so I'm going to show you those. So hopefully I'll be able to catch up this next month and actually get more done. Maybe I'll try and get 3 pages done this month. So this was the February one. I think by the 30th of January I'd done all of the flowery bits and I showed them to you, and at that point it wasn't looking great just because it was a bit dull, with the coltsfoots being a browny yellow colour. The purple was nice, really liked that, but there was no green and it didn't really make anything pop. Now it's done, I really, really like it. I finished it, as I said, last weekend, and the purple here goes really well with the crocus purple over here. And I'm really glad it's done. It would have really annoyed me if it's still been a whip for March, because, as you know, I colour each of these nameplate ones once a month. The March one's detailed, the April one is extremely detailed, and so is the May one. They're the only ones that I've got left though, because I've done June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January and now February. I don't know why I bothered listing all of those out, but there you go. So yeah, it did take, I mean, it wasn't even that detailed, but it did take quite a while because on and off I just wasn't really feeling it, so I didn't do it. So yeah, I'm glad it's done now. And I did the robin, and then in the background I did a small kind of bokeh background. It's just 2 blue pencils, making little circles, and then I actually went in with some white gel pen to do little stars or dots, and I think it just adds a bit more. It's almost like snow because, you know, in February it's still frosty, it's still a bit murky and everything like that, so I think it just adds a bit more. And as you know, I don't do pastel backgrounds in here, so any backgrounds that I do is with pencil, so I did do that with pencil. Then I started the March one. Really happy with how this is turning out so far. And yeah, so this one's really nice. I think the overall picture is just really nice, and I'm really happy with how it's turning out. I think daffodils are just so beautiful, and they're going to be really nice to do. Sorry, I just need to get the door. Sorry about that. So as I said, yeah, I'm really enjoying how this is turning out so far, and I'll hopefully finish it this month because it's March. So that's that one. And then finally, the whip I still have is this one. This is actually in the March section as well. Yes, in the March section. And I haven't done anything on it since last month, so it's quite detailed, but I'll probably come back to it. So there was no, I knew I wasn't going to get this done and the February page done, so I just decided to ignore it for the time being, start the March page, and yeah, do that. So I've obviously still got the whip from September, but I'm not coming back to this until I want to. I'll probably come back to it in September, but yeah, it's just, I'm pretending this page isn't there, you know. With this, it's an ongoing book anyway, so even if I have whips going, it doesn't really bother me. But yeah, I love daffodils, so I'll be coming back to this one soon. And I'm using Holbein's Prismacolor, a couple of other pencils to be honest, got a couple of polychromos in there, just a mix of pencils. I never tend to stick to one pencil. So yeah, that's everything. I really hope you've enjoyed watching this video. I love watching these videos, as always. If you want to contact me, my email is down below. My information is down below, all of that. I always love hearing from you. Please feel free to comment. As I mentioned in my colouring chat, I appreciate any feedback on my videos, suggestions for videos, or, you know, just if you want to say hi and talk. I'm always open for that, and it really brightens my day when I see a email in my inbox, because most of the stuff I get in my inbox is either like ad stuff, or I get quite a lot from school, so it's really nice to see a change and to talk with you. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on my next video. Bye everyone.